Hi everybody. Today I'm going to try to make some 2-ingredient bagels. And I know some people have mentioned in my workshop, and I've even seen it posted on Connect, that they're having problems because the dough is too sticky. So I'm going to try to make them today and hope that it will help someone else. So what I'm going to make a double batch. So I'm using 2 cups of Chobani non-fat plain yogurt and 2 cups of gold medal self-rising flour. And I'm gonna mix everything together really well here in this big bowl. So as you can see, the dough is getting a little bit clumpy here. So now's the time where I take my hands and I start digging in. And I really just make sure that all the flour that's in the bowl is going to be consumed inside the dough here. It's a really messy process, so take off all jewelry, I suggest. And once you have it, all of the dough kind of molded together, then I transfer it over here to a sheet with some of the flour mixed into it. Okay, so now that I have the dough here on my flat surface, and I do, of course, put some of the flour down, what I'll tend to do is get a little bit of flour and just kind of mix it in with the dough. And just for about 2 minutes, knead the dough so that you're getting it all mixed together. Just keep doing this and flipping it, add a tiny little bit more flour. And then what I'll do is, once it's not as sticky, of course I will wash my hands, and I will just leave the dough sit here for about 5 minutes. It tends to rise a little bit, which makes the bagels a little bit more thicker. I know some people have suggested to me that their bagels tend to be a little flat and doughy, and I really think it's keeping it here and letting it rise for a few minutes that helps. So we'll let this sit now for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to wash my hands. So what I've done here now is I've taken that big lump of dough and I've separated it into 12 different balls that are relatively the same size. I don't get real technical with weighing them. I just do it by look. So what I'm doing is, again, I'm taking a double batch, which is 2 cups of the flour, 2 cups of the yogurt, and I'm separating it into 12 different bagels. They will be on the green plan 2 points each. You can measure it separately if you're on purple or blue. I'm not really sure how many points, but if you want bigger bagels, you can separate it into 10 and they will be 3 points each. Okay, so now that I have let the dough sit and get ready here, I've actually taken I'm dividing it into 12 bagels, and you'll see that I've already done 11 of them. So this is the technique that I use. Other people use it and they use their finger and spread it out, but I found that this is the way that actually works for me the best. So what I do is I just roll it out as thin as I can get it. Spread it, roll it, use a little flour if the dough gets a little sticky. Really, it's whatever technique works best for you. This is what I find works best for me. And then what I do is I roll it into a circle, and then I move it over here onto a baking stone that I have already sprayed with some Pam, and they don't have to be perfect. I tend to use these more for breakfast sandwiches, so again, they don't have to be perfect. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm actually going to take the bagels and get an egg wash. I use egg beaters, and I just go through each of them lightly and spread the top with a little bit of butter, or egg beaters, I'm sorry, just to get them brown. Okay, now that we have all the bagels formed and I have an egg beaters wash on top of each of them, I'm going to top them. You don't have to. You can use things like poppy seeds, you can use sesame seeds, you can use whatever you want, onion powder, whatever kind of bagel you like. I like everything bagels. They really go well on an egg sandwich. So I'm gonna make some using this Trader Joe everything but the bagel sesame seasoning mix. I also like sometimes a sweet bagel, and I have this sugar-free cinnamon sugar made with Splenda. Both of them count as nothing. So it's 0 points for these. So it's whatever the bagel is. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sprinkle each of the bagels with whatever I want, and maybe do 1 or 2 plain. But again, I tend to use these for egg sandwiches. I will mix egg beaters and a piece of turkey bacon, and I'll have a nice 3-point sandwich. And again, that's on green, so You'll have to figure it out on your own with whatever your plan is. Okay, now that my bagels are all seasoned, I decided to do a bunch of them and everything but the bagel. And then I did a couple in the sugar-free cinnamon sugar. So now I'm gonna put them in the oven for 25 minutes on 375 degrees, and we'll see how they come out. Look at these delicious bagels. Just came out of the oven. 375 degrees for 25 minutes. We have some everything bagels. We also have some cinnamon sugar bagels. Both toppings, the cinnamon sugar and the everything mix, are 0 points. So altogether, each one of these bagels is only 3 points. So I hope this video helped, and I hope that these delicious bagels are something that is in your future. Good luck, and carry on.